A rising TV star at the peak of his career, suddenly erased from Hollywood overnight. No farewell, no explanation, just gone. Whispers began spreading online. A disturbing accusation, a co-star's confession, and a shocking twist that dragged his own wife into the chaos. What started as a promising comeback for a major network series has now turned into one of the most heated controversies in recent TV history. But what really happened behind the scenes? And how did one actor's downfall spiral so fast that even his biggest supporters turned away? Just weeks before the show's premiere, insiders say everything seemed normal on set. The new Matlock reboot was gearing up to be one of CBS's biggest launches, a modern twist on a classic courtroom drama. Then, out of nowhere, the network made a quiet but shocking announcement. David Del Rio was no longer part of the cast. No reason given, no statement from the actor, just a sudden removal that left both fans and colleagues blindsided. Reports began flooding social media, some claiming it was creative differences, others hinting at something darker. Network silence only fueled the mystery, and when people started digging into what really happened, they uncovered a story that would shake the production to its core. A few days after Del Rio's quiet exit, fans finally got their answer, but it didn't come from CBS. It came from his co-star, actress Leah Lewis, known for her breakout role in Elemental and the hit series Nancy Drew. In a lengthy social media post, Lewis claimed she had been assaulted by a fellow cast member during a private gathering in late September, though she didn't name him directly. The timing and the sudden firing left little room for doubt in the public's mind. Within hours, the internet exploded. Supporters flooded her comments with messages of encouragement, while others demanded proof before condemning anyone. The discussion turned into a wildfire of opinion and speculation, spreading faster than the studio could react. As the post gained millions of views, industry insiders began whispering that CBS had known something was coming and had acted fast to contain it. But that was just the beginning, because the next twist came from someone no one expected. As the internet debated who to believe, another voice entered the chaos, David Del Rio's wife, and she didn't hold back. In a series of emotional late-night posts, she directly addressed Leah Lewis, calling her claims disgusting lies and accusing her of destroying a man's life for attention. The messages were raw, angry, and personal, the kind of posts you can tell were written in the heat of the moment. But the internet never forgets. Within minutes, screenshots spread across Reddit and X, with thousands of users saving every word before the posts vanished. By morning, the damage was done. Her messages were everywhere, and public opinion had turned even more divided. Some felt sympathy for a wife defending her husband. Others called it an act of intimidation, a move that only made the situation worse. And as the backlash grew, the Del Rio family went completely silent. But behind closed doors, the fallout was only getting started. The fallout hit fast. Within days of Leah's post, CBS released a carefully worded statement confirming Del Rio's removal from Matlock, but avoided mentioning why. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed the network's legal team had been working non-stop to distance the show from the controversy. Production sources reportedly described the atmosphere on set as tense and uncomfortable. Some crew members didn't want to return until the situation was fully resolved. Others worried that the entire project could be shelved if public pressure kept growing. Del Rio, once seen as one of television's rising stars, suddenly found his name scrubbed from promotional material. Interviews were pulled, and upcoming appearances quietly canceled. Even his talent agency declined to comment. A silence that spoke louder than words. And just as the studio tried to contain the storm, the internet found new fuel. Rumors that this wasn't the first time Del Rio had faced complaints behind the scenes. Nothing was proven, but the whispers were enough to make his Hollywood future uncertain. Still, the most shocking part wasn't the network's reaction. It was Del Rio's. After the explosion online, David Del Rio vanished. No interviews, no statements. His social media accounts went dark, comments turned off, posts archived, and no trace of activity for days. To fans, that silence said everything. Some believed it was guilt, others saw it as a strategic move, letting the noise die down before speaking out. But the longer he stayed quiet, the louder the internet got. Rumors began swirling that Del Rio's team was preparing a tell-all interview to share his side of the story. Unverified reports even claimed he'd been in talks with a major podcast host to break his silence. Whether true or not, it kept his name trending and speculation alive. Meanwhile, Leah Lewis continued to receive an outpouring of public support, though some questioned her decision to go public before any official investigation was complete. The situation had become a media chess game. Every silence, every post, every unfollow analyzed like evidence. But what no one expected was just how divided the internet would become next. As days passed, the internet split in two. On one side, fans demanded accountability, saying Leah Lewis's courage deserved recognition and that Hollywood had to take allegations seriously. On the other, loyal supporters of Del Rio called it another example of cancel culture gone too far, insisting he was being punished without proof. TikTok and Reddit turned into battle. Hashtags like Taja Justice for Leah and Gatso Stand with David trended side by side, each fueled by emotional commentary and armchair detectives dissecting every post, every screenshot, every facial expression caught on camera. Influencers and gossip pages added even more gasoline, turning speculation into entertainment. Some users even began sharing old behind-the-scenes clips, claiming they showed tension between the two co-stars, though most of those claims were never verified. By this point, the situation wasn't just about two actors anymore. It had become a full-blown cultural debate, one that questioned power, loyalty, and the price of public opinion. And yet, amid all the noise, one question remained. What would happen to David Del Rio's career now? In just a few short weeks, David Del Rio went from a promising TV star to a name Hollywood won't touch. His future now hangs in balance, not because of a courtroom verdict, but because of public perception. It's a reminder of how quickly fame can turn to fallout. In the entertainment world, silence can be louder than words, and one viral post can change everything. Leah Lewis, meanwhile, has continued working, supported by an online wave of empathy. But even she's faced the weight of unwanted attention, from relentless headlines to strangers debating her trauma like it's a trending topic. No one outside that circle knows the full truth. But one thing is clear, this story has shaken the industry, forcing everyone to question where the line really is between justice and judgment. Because in Hollywood, a single accusation can end a career, and the court of public opinion always reaches its verdict first.